Are you over 50 and like me, scared to death of starting a YouTube channel? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you what were my fears, why it took me so long to start, and 10 reasons why you need to start now. So sit back and let's hold each other's hands whilst we share this video together for the first time. As I'm hoping you can visualize yourselves in my chair, and I'll give you enough reasons as to why you should take action and share your wisdom with others. Now, I'm 50 and this is my very first YouTube video to kick off. And I thought this topic would be fitting because I've made every excuse under the sun as to why I didn't start sooner. Now, I want to share with you all the reasons for why I didn't start this channel earlier, and more importantly, the reasons why I finally just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And the best thing is, as when I uploaded this video, I didn't have any subscribers, no likes, no comments, no videos, absolutely nothing, other than my decision, so I can hopefully encourage you to do the same. So here goes nothing. But first, a little bit about me. Who am I? And why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Richard Gerritsen Cornell, and I'm a business coach and mentor to startups, SMEs, and corporate organizations. Now, I've been in business for quite a while, actually since 1996, so almost 30 years. And I'm also the founder and owner of an award-winning digital marketing agency here in Sydney, Australia, operating for about 27 years. Now, I can already hear what you're thinking, you know, like, why has this guy taken so long to start his channel? He should be doing this all the time. Wouldn't it be easy for him, seeing he already owns an agency and he's probably got a lot of staff who can actually do it all for him? And I understand that. Also, he's probably told his clients to start one, so why should I listen to this bloke when he's not taking his own advice? Well, if you thought or asked yourselves any of those questions, then you're right, you know. I'm not going to argue with you, and especially when I do have a team who pumps out video content all day long. You know, my team has all the latest video technology. I have content writers, designers, developers, ad specialists, basically everyone working for me who could help me. But there is one thing that they couldn't help me with, and that's right, you guessed it. And it was overcoming my fear of posting my first video. I was so scared, and just like the fears you may be experiencing or feeling, I totally understand. Now, not only was I scared, I was also, you know, I had a long list of other reasons why I shouldn't start the channel as well. And although I didn't write down the list of why I shouldn't start, but these thoughts, they were just enough for me to procrastinate for a long time, and I wish I'd started sooner. And ironically, I'm actually quite a confident person. Being in business for 30 years has taught me to accept the thousands of no's that you get and rejections just from putting yourself out there. But my business experience has also taught me that if I persist, it'll ultimately pay off. And even outside the business world, these principles, they still apply. You know, so you have to put all of that aside to succeed, because no one's going to do it for you, as I know. And applying this rule to starting a YouTube channel at 50, it's no different, you know. So you would think, you know, that fear shouldn't even come into the equation, but I was scared then, I'm still scared now. And in my world, I'm constantly presenting my ideas. I give advice on how businesses can sell more of their products and services. I have given numerous keynote presentations to hundreds of people at a time, and I don't really get nervous. It's not something that I get nervous about, and I really enjoy it, but this has scared the hell out of me. Now, what were my most common fears? So the first thing, I'm just scared of seeing myself in front of a camera. I'm basically embarrassed, you know. And why would people want to listen to me when they could also be watching, you know, experienced YouTubers with thousands or millions of subscribers? It's quite different to be up on stage talking to hundreds of people. Well, that's my opinion anyway, because I know they're all there to listen to me, and for me that comes naturally. But another thing, like, what if no one watches my content? You know, what would that do to my ego? So I was also embarrassed about what my peers might have to say about me as well. So that's another barrier that's been stopping me. Now, I hope I'm not giving you too many reasons to not start a channel. That's not what I'm trying to say. But if any of these fears you have felt, then you're not alone. You know, everyone goes down this road. They've experienced a whole range of things. And we as humans, we don't like rejection. You know, it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, but you've got to take the plunge and just start. Now, before we go down this rabbit hole of excuses, I also want to list other reasons as to why I convinced myself not to start. Things like, it all seems too hard and I don't know where to start. I don't have enough time. You know, what's the point of it? You keep putting it off, you know. I don't know if I had the dedication to keep writing content, blah, blah, blah. It just goes on. The reasons are endless. But even though these reasons may sound familiar to you, there may be some truth in the fact that our brains, it constantly tells us to do something because it's our brain's way of trying to protect us from something potentially harmful. But funny that it's not harmful, and the other reasons that include fear are simply justifications in our minds to make us feel better with our decisions, to reassure us that everything will be okay. Now, you need to turn that noise off. You just have to have a go and start. Now, here are the 10 reasons why you should start a YouTube channel at 50. Reason number 1, at 50, you have a heap of life experience. Think of all the things that you've done in your life that could help others, all the mistakes and successes you've had, your experience, whether it's in your business or personal life, it doesn't matter. Chances are your experiences have led you to where you are today, good or bad. Yet those experiences give you the ability to help others so that they can better themselves as well. So I also understand why that's important. Imagine being able to help just one person where a wise or kind word could make a difference to someone. And then let's imagine just for a second that a few words of wisdom could help hundreds of people. Would you do it? Well, of course you would. Now, as I get older, I'm finding myself looking to help others and share my knowledge because I believe that my own experiences can make a difference. And for some unknown reason, it feels like I just have a purpose other than just making money to survive. I just think it's really important to me. Now, reason number 2, you're no different to anyone else on YouTube. We come into this world and we will exit the world in the same manner. We're born with nothing, we'll take nothing when it's our time to depart. So whether someone has millions of subscribers or no subscribers, either way, they all started out the same, from scratch, from nothing more than an idea and then a will to execute it. You are just as important as those who are basically doing the same as you. The only difference is they have found their niche already and they have more runs on the board. It's as simple as that. Now, reason number 3. You know who you are and you know what you want out of life. So we've all heard the word midlife crisis, yeah? So the way I look at this, it's our inner conscious way of telling us to get out and explore more. It doesn't have to be a bad thing that we experience. So whether you are bored of your job, you're sick of doing the same things, or you feel like you want a career change, or you may simply be searching for something new. Either way, you may be craving something more, and you realize that now is the time to take action before time runs out, and that's a good thing. Reason number 4, it's a great way I love it anyway, for self-therapy. How many of you have ever seen a therapist or have had the chance to offload your thoughts and frustrations? Remember how good it felt to unload, like a big weight's been lifted off your shoulders. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should just set up a channel to whinge and complain about your troubles, definitely not. But at the end of the day, taking these steps to write down your thoughts and then come up with solutions on how to better yourself and then formulate it into a video that you can share with others, it's a great way to center yourself. And I know because I've spent hours making this video and it feels good. So whether you call it mindfulness or something like that, either way it works. And believe it or not, it'll make you feel good. Reason number 5, it gives you the ability to face your fears. Ever heard the term, get the monkey off your back? Well, here are the same rule applies. If you face your fears and just take action, then what you thought you may have been fearful of or what you were consistently putting off, it's now just a distant memory. And you probably thought after that it wasn't so bad. You might even enjoy it. And then the more times you do things, the better you get at it. And now here you are in control. It's a state of being comfortable in an uncomfortable situation that helps us on our journey. Reason number 6, it gives you purpose and something to look forward to. For me personally, I have a creative background, but for some reason I felt longing to be more creative, as today I built an agency that sort of doesn't need me much anymore in the creative scheme of things. I have a team of people who work, but I still feel that I want to be creative. Now, my purpose in my agency is to help clients make money by selling more of their products and services. And although it's rewarding, my reward is basically to get paid and make more money. And even though this gives me a good life and everything is great, and I love it, at 50, my midlife crisis was telling me that I needed something more. So that's why I set up a business coaching and mentoring business to help people scale, or I should say start and scale their businesses. And I get a lot of fulfillment out of this, but it's still not creative. So the magic light bulb moment, I'm a creative at heart and I want to create content. And that's why I'm here to tell you and start this channel that this is tickling my itch. Reason number 7, if a child can do it, then why can't you? You've seen those thousands of kids on YouTube with thousands or millions of subscribers and you wonder how they did it. Well, they're kids. And they just do it. For some reason, they don't have the fear and reluctance to just not do things. They just get out there and they just do it. So it's fair to say that they grew up with this technology. I understand that. So you might think it's second nature for them, but They don't have life experiences and wisdom that people like us in our 50s do, but they do have the technological know-how. Either way, if they can learn it and take action, then we can do it too. So here's to us in our 50s, and I think that we have a lot to offer, maybe even more. Reason number 8, imagine building a channel of like-minded followers. Now, think of this for a moment. Imagine if your video blows up and people start watching your videos, and better yet, they start subscribing to your channel. Well, for me, this will give me a lot of gratification and new purpose, Of course it would. Being able to help others and share your experiences with like-minded people, it'd simply be amazing. And this is what I'm hoping for, and regardless of how long it takes, I'm excited for the journey. I certainly don't want to be I don't want to be famous, and that was never really a driving force for me, but I really just wanted to have a crack and set up a channel where it can be a place where we can talk about things and something that I'm passionate about, and hopefully see people get something out of it. That's really what I want. So it doesn't hurt to dream, right? Reason number 9, what if you can make money out of it? And this is the thing. Everyone has different reasons for wanting to start a YouTube channel, whether it be curiosity or a midlife crisis, place to share their wisdom. And no matter the reason, everyone's entitled to dream about turning their channel into an income stream. And there's nothing wrong with that. And to be fair, for me, money wasn't the motivating factor. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's not something that I need. I don't need to substitute my income for the businesses that I have. But to say that I wouldn't like to make money out of my YouTube channel would be a lie. I suppose it'd be like the icing on the cake, like the kicker, so to speak. And why not? Imagine if your content that you produce is validated by providing you an income, and imagine if people see value in it and your information and are prepared to pay you to give them advice to help them achieve their goals. That's what I think would be really, really cool. But wouldn't making money out of YouTube, be cool? I think it really would. So, who knows? And last, but certainly not least, is reason number 10. That's right. You have absolutely nothing to lose, so don't live in regret. For me, this would be the worst thing imaginable, and I can honestly say that my biggest fear, other than not wanting to see myself on camera, would be the fear of not starting my YouTube channel, and I'd regret it for the rest of my life. Now, you'll never know unless you have a go. So for me, regret can make anyone feel worthless, and I get it, and can also linger for years after. Ever heard that saying, my biggest regret is... Well, imagine if that would be you. Do you really want to talk yourself out of doing something fulfilling? Something that might mean something to you? Now, I feel the same, and I know that would be a nightmare, and I'm also sure that I don't want that. So you have nothing to lose but your pride, your ego. I'm only joking, everything. But at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying, yeah? Now, I want to take a moment just to thank everyone for watching. That's if you're still watching, I hope so. I'd love to know your thoughts. Am I wrong with what I'm saying, or are there any other reasons as to why you shouldn't start a channel at 50? Just let me know in the comments below, as I'd get a big kick out of hearing from you. This is my first video, so I'd also ask if you would please subscribe. If you'd like to see more videos like this. I've got a hell of a lot more to do. It's only the beginning, and the monkey's off my back now, so look out. I really appreciate being able to share my thoughts with you, and please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. And just to let you know, this channel, it's going to be dedicated to showing my audience, what my 30 years in business looks like, what my journey is like, and I'm going to share all the ups, the downs, what I've learned, and also still learning today. I also want to help guide people who are wishing to start a new business, or people who are looking to scale their brands. My content will include information on, branding, business fundamentals, marketing, advertising, sales, personal development, and a lot more. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.